Hey guys, welcome back to Critical Flick. Today we're going to be discussing Disney's Encanto.
It's a new Disney musical film that has the music from Lin-Manuel Miranda, and it focuses around a family in Colombia, and they have these magical powers, and it just really integrates this culture and vibrancy in a way that I think has really resonated with a ton of people.
I really like Mirabelle's character because she isn't like your normal princess.
Yeah.
She's like an average person but also has some powers because they live in this magical house, so everything in this house can it's kind of like it's living. And I really think it resonates with like any little girl out there.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I think really excels in the movie is that the main character, you can put yourself in her shoes. You can
Mm-hmm.
put her as this person that's dealing with these events and like how a normal person would deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
She goes about trying to fix her family. She loves her family. And it really is a movie, like I said, that focuses on family. That is the core of the movie, and it drives that point home in a way that I think works really well. It doesn't feel heavy-handed. Some Disney films, a lot of them are focused on family. This one does it in a way that feels very genuine.
Yeah, and there's really no villain in this film, which is interesting because every other film there's always a villain, a dark side, or something. Like Brian said, it focuses on the inner structure of family, that ups and downs you go through. So I really like that aspect of the film.
Yeah, and since there is no villain, the main conflict is that they think that this doomsday is coming to the town
Hmm.
and to their village, and that everything's going to go horribly wrong. And they have to get past that by working as a family and getting through their problems. And the only way that they can defeat the bad energy that's coming towards them is by overcoming it with love and connection. And by the end of the movie, you really have a whole story of how people can come together as a family.
Well, also, you also find basically the family is disassociating themselves from Bruno,
Yeah.
which is the grandmother's son, and he is the one that has the powers. He tells the future if it's good or bad, and a lot of the town doesn't want to know their future because then it comes true. And so he's kind of like the rain cloud.
Yeah, and it's interesting because in a way it tells how people only want to hear the good things and they can only focus on the positive, and anything negative can't be taken as constructive. It's just, if it's negative, I don't want to hear about it, I want to block it out, that's bad. But then you kind of learn from your experiences and you can learn from the negativity and come together in a positive way.
Yeah. This film is beautifully done. The colors and everything in this film really stands out to me. I compare it to how Coco, like
Yeah, the vibrancy of it, the
yes.
liveliness of
Hmm.
it, yeah.
And I just love that. We haven't seen a Disney movie like that, like just colorful. I don't
Yeah,
know how to describe
and
it.
honestly, the way they integrate Latin culture and just
Hmm.
the vibrancy and like the happiness and just
Hmm.
the jubilee and celebration that goes along with that and family and tradition, I think it really excels as someone who isn't, from Latin descent. I'm able to really appreciate it and really
Hmm.
understand maybe some things that I didn't understand before. So I love that there is that representation in the movie.
Obviously, we should all know by now. We don't talk about Bruno is breaking all bunch of records right now,
Yeah.
so that's really cool. Like Disney is at it again, having a #1 song, breaking chart records and everything. I think that's really awesome.
Yeah, and the story and yeah, and the songs that each character get to sing really represents who they are, and you
Mhm.
get to hear a story of maybe an older sister that's trying to be everything she can for her family and the struggles that come along with that. You learn about Bruno and him really actually trying to be a good person and
Mhm.
kind of how they view him versus how it really is, and all the different relationships. You get to see the main character singing about her family and all the different characters and how she feels about them, and by the end they're kind of singing together harmoniously
Mhm.
to fix everything.
Mhm.
I do think that Lin-Manuel Miranda does a great job again with the music in this. He did a phenomenal job in Moana, Mary Poppins. Obviously, we know him from his musicals. We know him from Tick Tick Boom this year. He's having a really big year, and I have to say, I get that some people may get tired of his style of music, but I think it just works so well in this movie.
Mhm.
I don't feel like it's overly just his style. I feel
Mhm.
like it blends a lot of the different styles together, and it's still written in a way that isn't Hamilton. Like I think a lot of people are like, "Oh, it sounds like Hamilton,"
Mhm.
and it doesn't. It sounds like Encanto, and I really
Mhm.
enjoy that.
Yeah. So I'd give this movie 8.5. I actually went into this film with kind of low expectations. Like I heard about it, but I didn't know what anything was about. I had no idea, and so we decided to watch it, and I really enjoyed it. And actually, inspired me to go back and watch all the Disney animated films from the very beginning because Disney just knows how to create a great family film, and I just really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, I would actually also give this movie an 8 out of 10. Like Noelle said, it exceeded my expectations. I didn't go to see it in theater because I didn't hear a lot about it when it initially was released because I think a lot of people weren't going to theaters at the
Hmm.
time. And I thought, it's going to be another film. It's going to have pretty good music. I didn't know what the plot would be. I wasn't really expecting a lot from it. But then watching it, it was visually stunning. I think the storytelling was great. I think the messaging was really fantastic. So overall, just a really fun family film. And it seems like it's really resonated with a ton of people, children and adults alike. So,
Hmm.
I mean, just a credit to the filmmaking.
So this summarizes our review of Encanto. Let us know what you thought. How and the music's is blowing up all over the
Yeah.
place. It's like number one on
Yeah.
TikTok and everything. So let us know how it ranks amongst your other favorite Disney films.
Yep. So leave those comments down below. Remember to like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.
Bye.